Welcome to the Saturday Boys podcast. My name is John, and today I'm joined by
Brandon.
Nick.
Anthony.
and welcome.
Today we're talking about games, movies, music, beer, all that. Guys, what are we drinking today, Nick?
Okay, I am drinking what is it called? I honestly have no idea how to pronounce this. It's Tetrakts. Tetrakeets. Keats. KTYS. How would...
KYTS. It's like a radio station back east. Like that.
Welcome to KTYS 93.4.
The boys.
The boys. But no, it's brewed out of Omnipolo. It's a New England IPA. It's like 7%. You guys got this from me, right? Because I had no... Where'd you get it from?
It was my
Chevron.
yeah. Is it Rose?
The secret chevron of all the good beer. But yeah, it's a Galaxy Mosaic IPA.
But what does it mean?
Keats.
Oh, consisting of 10 points.
That makes sense. The logo is like a little...
Terctus.
One of the other beers' name was Dodecahedron, so that makes sense.
Tetrictus.
Yeah, Tetrictus.
It sounds like you just have like you're trying to say Tetris, but you don't really know what it's called.
Yeah.
Yo, kids playing that Tetris.
10 points.
And we're
are
not-
The
blocks.
logo on it has like 10 little stars, so that
yeah.
kind of makes yeah.
Yeah, they made the shit. Interesting. Okay.
Yeah, okay. Oh, that's pretty cool. Yeah, it's a standard hazy IPA. It's Mosaic hops, so it's light and citrusy, kind of dank.
Nice.
Yeah. Not as dank as your guys's.
Anthony, yours has dank in the name, bro. What are you drinking?
I got my phone like to lock. It's a Slushie XL Dank Mango from 450 North Company. A little lighter than I thought it would be.
It looks beautiful.
How much mango are you getting from that? A lot?
It's definitely.
What else is in
guava.
that one? Vanilla, maybe?
Vanilla cream and mango terpenes.
Okay, nice.
Nice.
Mine is also a terpene one. Mine's called the Terp Slurp Slushie.
Nice.
Mine, dude, there's so many flavors in here. I just had to have the can with me because it's a smoothie style with blue raspberry, watermelon, Nerds candy, and then it was infused with blue raspberry and watermelon terpenes.
Damn.
The can is just like rainbow
It
waves,
looks like the
basically.
late 60s exploded.
Yeah, pretty much. Like, it looks like an acid trip on a can.
But yeah, so how is it?
Oh, yeah, I didn't even say how I
Yeah,
liked
you
it.
said what it was. You didn't say how it was. Did you say? Oh, you said yours was just a little mango-y.
Yeah, but like in a good way. Like
In a good way.
Definitely mango. You'll vibe with it. It's really good. I feel like mango.
It looks like orange juice.
It does look like orange juice. Mine looks like just straight smoothie,
Purple.
but it's very front forward with the Nerds flavor. You get a lot of that candy.
So like drinking Nerds rope.
It kind of is.
It looks like color of Nerds rope, kind of.
Honestly, I've had better 450s. I'm not gonna lie.
Oh, ow.
I
Ooh,
do.
throwing shade.
Well, I do like them. I get
I'm just
so
giving
many.
shit.
I've tried so many. It's just like I know what I like from them, and this one just not. It's a lot going on, man. Like watermelon, blue raspberry. You're like, whoa, where is this?
Where is this taking? It's
Nerds
like it's a
candy.
crazy trip.
Yeah, pretty much. And it's a lot. And I feel like it would have been better at like just blue raspberry and Nerds, or maybe it's the Nerds that's throwing me. I don't know. But it is sour for sure. It's one of the more sour ones.
You say Nerds flavor, and we all know exactly what it is, but there's like 8 Nerds flavors. So it's like, which one is it? The green, or the purple, or the red?
It's more purplish
More
red.
purple?
Yeah, it's like when you get the wild berry one, it's like the purple and the red mixed.
Yeah.
Yeah,
Okay.
it's those Nerds.
Okay.
John, what do you
Reveal
drinking, buddy?
your
Probably my favorite would be the pink.
the pink Nerds.
The nerd.
Pink Nerds, yeah.
Okay.
This brings me to
I agree.
cool. We're right next to it. Starburst discussion.
Okay.
Pink, red, orange,
I'm
yellow.
a pink guy.
Ooh,
Pink,
Red.
yellow.
red, yellow. Okay, I'm probably yellow, to be honest.
We're what you would call a mixed bag. Hey, we got all the flavors in there.
Oh, that was,
Hey,
I liked it.
Yeah.
I'm
Okay.
gonna ask you a third time, John. What are you drinking? I'm
Okay.
dying to know.
You're dying to know.
I'm dying to know.
Well, if you're dying to know, then I'll let you know.
I saw your cap and I have to know.
This is called Zombie Brain Juice by Always Ask for Avery's. Strawberry orange. It says it's so disgusting.
I thought you were having issue reading that for a second. but
No,
no,
it's just a bunch of shit.
Yeah.
Yeah, so disgusting. Yeah.
Oh my god.
So
That killed me.
It's orange and what?
strawberry orange.
That sounds good.
Yeah.
Actually sounds really good.
Going for fruity shit like you guys.
Yeah.
Do a sip.
Where was when you get a chance, does it say where it's bottled on that one?
Well, always ask for Avery's is the brand. New Britain, Connecticut.
Oh, okay. Connecticut, nice. How is it?
Yeah.
Flat. Is it good? The flavor's good?
Oh,
it's not very carbonated.
No, but the flavor's good.
Oh, I was gonna say, would you say it's so disgusting?
No. The
Do you got a soda stream? We can recarbonize it.
the theme is zombie
Fresh
brain
out.
juice, which we'll get to zombie brain juice later.
Maybe that's why it's flat. It's supposed to be like juice, like brain juice.
It's a little carbonated. Maybe it's more supposed to be like a juice beverage or something.
Maybe like a slightly carbonated, juicy beverage.
Is there at least a cap fact?
No, but on the cap it says totally gross soda.
Okay, I was curious what you saw that made you interested.
Yeah, I
in
saw
that.
that and I was just like, what could he be drinking?
Oh, yes. I got a fun one like that is legit gross, but we'll do that a later episode.
Ooh, it's kind of like the different jelly bean flavors. You can get like gross flavors.
Birdie Bot's every
Oh.
flavor beans.
Yeah, buddy.
There's some weird ones.
Ooh, okay, they got some. Wait, does that say Lime Ricky?
Yeah.
There's one called Dog's Drool.
What?
Where'd it go?
Dog's drool.
They have diet dog stroll?
Because totally
There
gross
they are.
sodas. There they are.
Oh.
Kitty Pitty.
Kitty piddle.
Oh, I like Kitty Pitty better.
Fungal.
Zombie brain juice is trademarked.
Alien snot.
What's
Unicorn.
R?
Yak.
What does the R
Registered?
mean? Registered. Yeah.
Fungal bar.
Swamp
Or
juice. Look at
bug-
the
swamp
color
juice.
of that,
My
dude.
eyes are shit, bro.
That looks fucking terrible.
I'll bring swamp juice
Worm
next time,
ooze.
Will.
Bug barf. It's great.
Wow.
Toxic slime looks good.
The unicorn yak looks actually an interesting color.
Interesting.
Oh, they have little seltzers. I would drink their seltzers.
Yeah, definitely.
I'm a big seltzer guy.
over
Just
the
remember,
worms.
next time, always ask for Avery's.
Always ask for Avery's. I wonder if it's all so disgusting.
It's more brand.
We're never
Wow.
gonna get sponsored by Avery's.
Yeah, I'm sorry.
They do have regular sodas, but
Yeah, well, you did start off with a totally gross soda.
Yeah. We'll
So-
go for the lime Ricky next time and
Ooh, that or the pineapple. I bet that's pretty good.
Ricky.
the swamp juice.
What's corker?
What?
Corker.
I have to know.
What is that? Corker soda? It's like in the regular section too.
Air
Oh, it's
Four.
restricted. They don't want us to know. What the heck?
We'll never know what
That's
corker
because the way
is.
I searched it. Let's see.
I was about to say
Footwear.
Whoa.
Fishing work and ice accessory.
Fish flavored
Lemon
soda.
corker is a clear lemon lime soda.
So it's a Sprite.
Been a Connecticut
Oh, it's a
favorite.
Connecticut thing, yeah.
Oh, that makes sense.
Wow. Okay.
We're gonna get some like Connecticut listener down the road that's gonna be like, "What do you mean you don't know what a corker is?" Like,
Hey, you never had Avery's Corker?
I can't do
It's a
accents. So I was
classic.
gonna try.
yeah.
New England's even like harder than like New York in my opinion. So
Well,
moving on to the news.
I think it's time to move on to the not so important news. So I have one right here. A 330-ton fatberg is clogging an English city's sewer, and it won't move for weeks.
What's a fatberg?
It's just what you would think it is. It's a bunch
corker.
of
Is an iceberg made of fat? It's a corker.
pretty
It's a
much.
corker.
It's a bunch of like shit and fat and just nastiness clogging the sewer, basically. But it's 330 tons, if you can imagine that.
Nope.
Nope.
And then there's just pictures of like this dude holding just a giant chunk of it.
Why? Why would you touch it, man?
Yeah.
Oh,
But I mean,
God.
it looks like something Kay would put in the pan and fry up.
With some mod.
Kay's cooking.
This is what the sewer under Kay's house looks like.
Oh yeah. Oh yeah.
Today
All
we're
that
making
pan grease.
fatbergs.
Wait, yeah, where is she from? Where is this?
Hot people.
It is in England.
Birmingham.
Oh, this might be cake.
Wow, this is close.
Yeah, I'm pretty sure that's close where she's at. Oh,
We're on
goodness.
to something here.
It's all the bacon grease from Kay's house just going into the sewer, clogging up the fucking English sewers.
He's down there with the plunger. Just
Oh my god, no, it literally says, our advice is to always leave leftover cooking fat to cool before disposing in the bin. In the bin? Oh, God.
Like how you're supposed to do it so you don't clog up your drains?
Oh, and to stick to only flushing the 3 P's in the bin. Pee, poo, and the toilet paper.
That's not a pee.
I know, but
Paper.
Yeah, you could condense it down. Pee,
It
poo,
leaves it
paper.
really vague. Can you do
does.
copy paper, legal
Construction
size,
paper.
origami paper, photo paper?
They brought in jets to clear out the fat.
The New York
Wow.
Jets? Or,
Yeah, they're tackling the problem.
Oh, God.
But wait, flying jets? How'd they get flying jets underground?
No, it's just high pressure jets. Yeah.
Oh, high pressure jets.
Oh,
See,
we
all went
were
different
all
ways.
thinking different jets. I was thinking
Jet
Jones
engines to
jet.
burn it
I
out.
was thinking jet engines or something like that. I'm just thinking of the smell.
blowing fatbergs everywhere.
Just a giant turbine just cutting up and fucking burning all the fat.
Fucking gets clogged in the combustion chamber. Just smells horrible.
God.
I bet those gases might be flammable. I don't know.
I bet.
I bet.
I would bet, yeah.
Well, that's the whole joke about like
It's
someone like
sulfur.
lighting a match in like the outhouse and exploding from all the methane.
Yeah, it's sulfur and methane, so yeah, I would imagine that would probably blow up.
Serious question. Energy crisis. Why aren't we burning fatbergs for fuel?
I don't know, but a massive fatberg in the Capitol was turned into a museum exhibit. But this also, like this kind of cleanup, costs them about $1.4 million. It's 1 million pounds.
Wait,
Shane pulled up Case Cooking on Google.
What?
Oh, yeah.
And her description is a 5-star Michelin chef.
For anyone that doesn't get why that's funny, go watch an
Go watch
episode
Kay's
of Kay's Cooking.
Either channel will do.
Either channel, she had forgotten her password and had to do another one, and that would give you an idea.
Citation needed. We heard this somewhere. We're not quite sure where.
5-star.
A renowned YouTube series
Jesus.
praised for its brave use of ingredients.
Is Kay from Kay's Good Cooking Dad's the first question?
No, but I think Lee, her son, might be from the food poisoning.
No, he was in the most recent one.
yeah.
Barely, man. Lee was a little...
Have you
Well,
seen
yeah.
Weekend at Bernie's?
No.
Okay.
No.
No.
Do you know what it's
91 miles.
about?
No.
What?
Are you messing with us right now?
No.
Oh.
I've never seen Weekend at Bernie's. It's the one where the friend dies and then the two guys have to like make him like a puppet.
Yeah, they puppeteer him.
then,
That's
like,
what How I Met Your
all
Mother made
weekend
the
they-
reference to it.
Yeah, they're all.
And they put little sunglasses
Seen
on
all
him.
of How I Met
Yeah.
Your Mother.
I will do it.
But I mean, Weekend at Bernie's, classic '80s movie.
I haven't not been in my wheelhouse.
They have to like puppeteer this dead dude throughout the weekend at like this
I
party.
mean, that sounds like that Rick and Morty skit on the interdimensional cable with the cats and the grandma.
Oh, man.
yeah, I mean, that might have been a Weekend at Bernie's thing too.
Yeah.
Who knows?
That's just up the road though. That could have been
It
caused
is.
by Kay.
With 330 tons, how far does that travel? And Kay's Cooking.
She's putting out a lot too. I mean, if you've seen the amount of fat on one of those episodes.
Well, you're a 5-star Michelin chef. I mean, you can just do whatever you want. So
Yeah, that's true.
Oh boy.
It's like 3 tons a mile.
Wow.
How do you know that?
Well, 91 miles, 330 tons.
Oh, okay.
Yeah.
Sorry, I thought you were just like, oh, it's about a mile can contain 3
Oh, no,
tons
no,
of. I was just like, wait, what?
No, sorry. Just thinking about us sliding down the English sewers and...
Fatberg.
This is not where I was expecting this episode to go.
Me
Into
either, but
Fatbergs,
I
but-
saw
to the
Fatberg
Saturday
and-
Boys Fatberg special.
Hope you're not eating.
Oh, wow.
What does Fatberg smell like?
It smells like a heady combination of rotting meat mixed with the odor of an unclean toilet.
Oh, that sounds lovely.
I was gonna take a drink.
A spelunking expedition is where he discovered that.
Reported that its stench is only matched by its nightmarish look.
Don't. Oh, my
Make it
God.
sound like a fucking monster, man. Oh, Sidmouth, England, Fatberg looks and smells like a horror scene.
That's a different Fatberg. That's one from 2 years ago.
Why Why would they keep having these?
Probably because England's infrastructure is super old.
Yeah.
Probably.
Yeah.
Old infrastructure and a
A lot of people in a small.
Not enough fiber. Not enough modern infrastructure.
We need to get fiber to the people of England.
Just picture
At least the peas get cooked most of the time.
The Halo hive mind is a great fatberg.
Grave mind. Yeah.
Fatberg up in England speaks in
What
like
does he say?
poetry
I
like
am
that.
the testament to your sin, or something
Yeah,
like
the
that.
monument
It's
of
the
your
monument
sins.
of your
That is
sin.
what a fatberg would say.
Oh, Jesus.
Monument of your indigestion.
God.
Does anybody else have any news?
No, I think that probably is
I
good
want to
for
follow
right
that
now.
anyway. I'm done.
Yeah.
Okay. We'll
Actually, I do have a small one. Really small.
yeah,
You
Really
got a
small.
small one? Go for it, dude.
There was a farmer in Belgium who noticed a large, like, crafted stone on his property, and he moved it, and he ended up moving the international boundary between Belgium and France.
I
I
saw
did see
that.
something about that.
Yeah.
That's
Yep.
too funny.
Yep, and they're writing him, and they're like, "You need to put it back." They're like, "This is gonna get really serious if you don't put it back." And he's like taking it as a joke. Last I heard, like he didn't do anything for a week,
How far did he move it?
like a few yards, like not that far, but it's still enough to like international boundaries are now off because they use those marker stones.
Like with GPS signal and shit like that, or like cameras, or
No, I think it's just super old school like navigation and charting, like with the cartography.
They have microchips.
French Belgian
stone.
border. I think of just their border is literally just a stone.
Yeah,
Like it's so different than over here, where borders
yeah.
are, borders.
Yeah.
Changes international bordering.
yeah.
It's so interesting that it can happen like that, you know?
Right.
And so it's like, hey, you need to put that back, and he's still taking it as a joke, right?
Last thing I read, yeah, it was like a week, and he still didn't respond to them.
Crazy.
And it's like the town on both sides, like the Belgian town and the French town, were both trying to reach him. Like, hey, move that back. Like,
So it was in his yard,
yeah,
but like, how many people are walking by his yard to notice that? Like,
He is, and that's enough,
oh well,
apparently.
apparently.
I guess when your boundaries are set on rocks, you probably take note of those every once in a while.
Yeah.
Oh yeah.
Just move an inch a
my
year.
stone.
he walked over, like, wait a second, Belgium. Wait.
Just imagine it's not really a stone, it's just a giant fatberg.
Move the international
Stop
fat
bringing
bird.
it back.
Isn't there something like that for like wipes?
What?
Like something similar to Fatbergs, but it's like, those like disposable wipes that are supposedly flushable?
Oh,
Isn't there
yes.
something that's
I heard
caused
about
like that? That's from those
Maybe.
wipes?
I think
Yeah, because I heard that those aren't good
Yeah.
for your system at all.
Yeah, they don't break down.
Yeah.
Well, that's
it's
why you only
probably-
flush the 3 Ps.
Well, the issue is they advertise themselves as the third P.
Yeah.
That's true.
If they're not really. So
Yeah.
it's lies.
Yeah, they contribute to the fatbergs.
Yeah.
Flush
Dental
wipes.
floss.
Yeah, dental floss.
Who's flushing dental floss down the
I
toilet?
don't fucking know.
Where do you guys put yours?
I was going to say I've actually legit done.
You've contributed to a fatberg.
Yeah.
Whoa. I'm gonna stop saying that sentence I was gonna say. God. Ready to move on to the main event?
Yeah.
I think so.
Yeah, we did this kind of a week late here, but
We stayed in a cabin in the woods, and now we're talking about the cabin in the woods.
the 2012 film.
Yeah,
Doesn't feel like it came out that long ago.
it doesn't.
Honestly, it feels like it came out longer than that. Like further back. Like it felt like it came out like in high school.
Yeah,
for me.
it feels like it came out further back, but then when you watch it, you're like, yeah, that's about right.
2012 was high school for some of us.
Yeah, that's true. It was.
Gosh. But yeah, no, it was. Who was the director on this? I'm gonna pull it all up. I forgot to do that. So yeah, I watched it on Amazon because
Joss Whedon worked on this, and Drew Goddard, and I think
Drew Goddard. Okay.
I think Joss Whedon helped.
But yeah, I want to do a mini rant about digital stuff. I bought this on Amazon to watch it, and you guys watched it on, I think, like Free Prime or stuff like that. Since I bought it, I was like, cool. I watched it, and I'm like, all right, I wonder if they have like any special features or anything. When you buy digital stuff, you get nothing. No special features, no director's commentary, no. You just get like
the movie.
subtitles, and it's just like the bonus features are dead digitally. They didn't even have like an extra option to get all that stuff.
Oh man.
Because I used to love like popping in DVDs and audio commentary and stuff like that. But I'm like, unless it's just that service didn't have it and other ones might, some that are like dedicated movie sites, like the one that's you always get like the digital copy when you buy a DVD, you know?
Oh yeah.
I wonder if that one's like a bit more, has all the special features. I never actually redeemed one of those. Have you guys ever redeemed your digital copy in a DVD or Blu-ray?
Twice, yeah.
I'd do it.
You do it? Okay.
Yeah, I have the Movies Anywhere thing, so whenever I buy a movie, and then I can put it on there, and then I can watch it whenever.
Yeah, I've never used that. I just didn't know if it was convenient or not or anything. Seemed like way too much hassle for me.
No, you just once you make the profile, it's pretty easy. It's just the initial thing of making a profile.
As it always is.
Yeah.
As it always is. But no, yeah, this I'm pretty sure I've only seen it maybe like 1 or 2 times before watching it this most recent time.
I watched it a few times before because I really like this movie. I like that it's like a satire of horror and just the horror genre.
I didn't know that the first time going into it. I think I saw it with one of our buddies and he didn't tell me anything about it. He just like, oh, we're just gonna watch this movie. It's great. And so it was like the whole opening scene of the movie where they're just like talking. And I'm like, what the hell is this?
It works perfectly.
It worked perfectly. It's like I just wasn't going into it. So the whole like it just boom, cabin in the woods, and then just 2 dudes talking and going through that. And
it's hormonal, you know.
Yeah, it's just. But no, it's a great setup for a very interesting universe that they've got going on here.
Yeah.
I really enjoyed watching that, like the world building that they were doing subtly throughout it, and the like the A and the B plot between like the people in the office, and then.
That was an interesting fact. You
So there's 5 characters. One of them is like a stoner. His name is Marty, but he has this coffee mug bong, and it was $5,000
to make a prototype. Which I've seen a GIF on Reddit or somewhere of a guy using basically that. He was just sitting in a park. He opens it up, does it, hits the bong, puts it back away, and this old person next to him just like, the hell?
What did I just win?
So I don't know if people went and like recreated it after saying that or what, but yeah, that was just pulling up trivia. But no, it was directed by Drew Goddard, produced by Joss Whedon. Yeah, you can totally see that. But yeah, it stars Chris Hemsworth, Kristen Connolly, Anna Hutchinson, and a couple other people.
It was kind of interesting to see Chris Hemsworth in a role like this around the time that he got Thor.
Well, yeah, Thor was 2011, if I'm not mistaken.
Yeah,
or 2010.
2011.
Oh, yeah. Oh, well, okay. Thor was 2011. So this came out post-Thor, but he doesn't look like a big, like, dude.
No.
It's interesting. Like, maybe this was filmed first.
Fun fact, the guy that played Marty, throw it back to him, he was more ripped than the other 2 dudes, so that's why they had him in all those baggy-ass clothes. To make him look like he was skinnier.
Like he was Shaggy?
Yeah.
That's kind of funny. A dude bigger than Chris Hemsworth in 2012 or 2011, whenever they're filming it. But it's a super good film. I like it a lot.
If you've ever seen Evil Dead or anything like that, you'll probably really appreciate this.
Yeah, like satire, horror, and all that.
Yeah.
Yeah. I'm ready to do just the walkthrough of everything, go through it like scene by scene, if you remember.
Yeah.
Yeah. So yeah, it starts off with just like boom, cabin in the woods, and then you have the 2 guys talking, and it's just like they're in office suits in a very clean workspace. So when I was watching it like that first time, and even now, I was just like, okay, yeah, I'm starting to remember this. Like, what the heck's going on? That is just the most like iconic scene I used to remember was later when they were like doing the bedding. Once you kind of realize what it is, so that's like the scene stuck out to me. But I forgot like everything around it until this most recent watch through.
Well, it's modeled off of like nuclear test sites.
Oh, okay.
That's kind of what they modeled that after.
Like an underground structure with like the test site above it.
Yep.
Okay, I didn't know test sites would be that close. Like Hollywood always like shows that they're like way far away and stuff like that.
Well, I mean, it could be far away, but it's just that's kind of what they based it off of. It's just like the look of like the atomic testing sites.
Yeah, like the super heavy infrastructure for military.
Way down deep, yeah.
Yeah.
But I like their humor. I like those 2 guys. They can go back and forth.
They're great. Like I forget their. Hold on, I wrote down their names. It's Sodler and I can't even read my handwriting here. Well, I'll pull it up here. But no, they casting characters. Bam.
I don't know. I just think that it throws you for a loop right in the beginning when you get these 2 guys just doing like this Office Space kind of humor.
Yeah, real kind of workplace.
Yeah.
Yeah. So they're like after you see them for a little bit, and then it does like the title sequence, and then it just is like a teen movie all of a sudden. That like they're a bunch of kids and getting together at an apartment and like getting ready for a trip. You have them all introduced like the basic stereotypes, like the hot blonde, the nerdy girl, I didn't think he was a nerdy guy in the first couple of scenes. They were like throwing the
He's
football.
like the average guy.
He was like an
like,
average guy type person. And then the Thor, the
the jacked,
jacked dude, and then the stoner kid.
But-
You have like all the main stereotypes coming in that first little bit, and you're like, okay, it's one of these movies.
Yep.
Then they're going to their cabin.
That his cousin got.
Yeah.
Yeah, his cousin bought this cabin, and they're gonna go hang out for a weekend out there and just party.
Pretty much, yeah.
And then they all get together. Your characters are introduced. It shows that like Thor or Chris Hemsworth. I'm just gonna call him Thor or whatever.
Thor.
He is actually pretty scholarly and all that. Like he might like seem like he's a stereotype, but he's not really. And that's kind of something I like. And it's the beginning of the movie.
Definitely.
Like I said, didn't seem that nerdy. He was like an average guy. The
They
what is his
added a
name?
little bit of difference to the
Holden.
typical stereotypes of the characters in horror films.
Until they get to the cabin.
Yeah, and I think they mentioned at one point too, like
Yeah.
when they're in the cabin, he's like, I don't know what's wrong with him. He's a sociology major because he was
Yeah.
acting all like,
Yep.
Dumb.
Yeah.
It pushes like they're already kind of like base stereotypes, but then they get pushed to the extreme like satirization of those stereotypes. But yeah. They all get together, go off to the cabin in the woods.
Yeah, but they at first, before they get to the cabin, they stop at that creepy gas station.
So
clearly a Texas Chainsaw Massacre, like
dude,
homage.
totally. Stopping at a gas station, scary. The set design, I wrote down in that spot. The set design is totally on point throughout this whole film. Just to, like show you the whole scene is. Like the apartment has like all the stuff, her books, kind of sets up all the characters. The gas station is just littered with scary ass weird junk just to set the tone perfectly. But no, yeah.
But then after that, they go through, and then the eagle hits the thing, and that just totally ruins the setup. For
Yeah,
them.
no, that is something that I kind of wish they didn't have in
Yeah,
that.
They blew their load a little early with that, because it would have made the later part where Hemsworth dies much more
Shocking.
shocking,
Yeah.
intriguing, funny, just everything. Would have made it much more enjoyable
By the
overall.
way, his character dies.
Yeah. Spoiler.
In a very predictable way.
Yeah,
But
in
yeah.
case you're watching this episode without ever having seen the movie.
Yeah. In
It's a
which
horror
case,
film.
Yeah.
What are you
It's-
doing, bud? You already knew what we were talking about.
Yeah. Watch the Prada one.
Yeah, get out of here. Go watch SpongeBob or Prada or one of the other ones, Heber. The other cabin in the woods one.
Gosh.
One where we don't die.
Yeah.
But at that gas station, before they go through the tunnel, they meet this really creepy old dude who just like goes off on them and like the most stereotypical, like, oh, the people always get there, never stay too long. He basically warns them to not go.
It's talking like in a very cryptic manner.
Oh God, what was his name? I wrote it down here. It was super funny.
Something super like old sounding.
Yeah, like Ezekiel or something like that.
That's it.
Mordecai.
Mordecai, yep.
Mordecai. But then he immediately calls the guys in the office, and he's
It's
like,
like, they have been warned, basically.
then the guys in the office just start ripping on this.
Oh my God, they
Oh,
put him
yeah.
on speakerphone.
Yeah,
It
he's
is
like, am I on
so gold.
speakerphone?
He talks like with so much confidence in such this like poetic, like old world way, and they're just like, this guy. Like,
Right.
And then it's so funny when he stops to ask, because like he goes from like the tone where he's speaking loud to, hey, am I being recorded? Like it's like he goes to
Speaker.
normal like speak. He's like, hey, oh, you guys are doing it again. It's just like it's funny.
That's great.
But then they get to the cabin finally.
Yep, they go through a tunnel
Yeah,
to get to
they-
the cabin.
And then they start unpacking their stuff, and Holden gets to his room, and then he realizes that
Well,
he doesn't like
He's got
painting.
this creepy ass painting of a bunch of
Yeah.
people beheading a cow,
Yeah.
just chilling in his room. So he's like,
goes,
no.
Nope. He's like, nope. Pulls that off, and then what does he have in front of him?
Two-way mirror.
Two-way mirror. What's on the other side? What's her name? That's her
Dana.
name.
What's her name?
The ugly one.
But the small wife.
No, I was making the strong bad reference.
Oh,
What's her face? The ugly one. Cheerleader.
I haven't seen Strong Bad in forever.
They're on YouTube, as I found out.
But yeah, so he sees her and then he tells her, hey, I can see a change in through that two-way mirror.
Yeah, he does the Good Samaritan thing, and he, instead of watching her change, he's like, stop!
And then they switch rooms, I believe.
And then he just totally strips in front of her. It's like, okay,
Yeah.
so we're doing a good thing,
Yeah.
but you know she can see that now.
Yeah, now you're just
and now you're just being a tease at that
Yeah.
point, you jerk. That's before they had started messing with him, really. So that was totally just all his character.
Yeah. And then they go out and they do they start drinking a little bit, partying, and then they do the truth and dare, which is where it starts to get a little bit more weird.
Yeah.
You see Jules' character make out with the wolf,
And like way too long.
just like sucking on the tongue of the wolf, just getting down.
Taxidermied wolf, we should say.
Taxidermied
as well.
wolf head
is true.
hanging on a wall.
Yeah, and it's pretty vicious too. Like looking, it's like, man.
I thought you meant her.
Well, it's kind of weird because like they make the joke and then like the music like stops and then she goes up and it's like, oh, I didn't see you there.
Yeah, and she's
And
like
it's
talking to
whoa,
it.
You're like,
Yeah.
oh god, are they gonna
We all
do
know.
this?
Yeah.
And I'm just
Yeah.
gonna make out with it. They're gonna make a whole scene out
Role
of
play.
it. It's like, all right, I didn't sign up for this. That's how furries are born.
I guess it was covered in powdered sugar to give it a dusty look.
And to make the scene tolerable.
Interesting.
And why it lasted longer. She was like, shit, this isn't bad.
It's powdered sugar, dude.
It's pretty much a lollipop.
That's funny.
But I mean, after that,
Well, basically, throughout the whole time, we've been seeing shots of the underground lab crew and all the departments talking and kind of like seeming like this is a super big night. What's going to happen? So there's like this ominous tension.
That
They
is
keep
true.
on talking about the director downstairs and pleasing
Japan
them.
being in first place.
Japan being in
America's
first, which I
second.
thought was fucking hilarious.
Oh, dude, that was
It's
good.
like Japan's always in first place, 100% track record. I'm like, oh yeah, yokai, dude.
Mm-hmm.
Japan's got a lot of shit to fear.
Oh, that, and I love the other screens have monsters from different like
Parts of the world, yeah.
Yeah. And they had one of like the killed girl, like little Japanese schoolgirl ghosts. I
Yeah.
forget
She's
the
like
name of
floating
it.
around
Yeah.
the room and stuff, and they're like, ah.
It's like I played an RPG horror game like this before.
Oh yeah, it's Kyoto is a reference to Ringu.
Oh yeah.
Buenos Aires is King Kong, and then Stockholm is the Thing, which I thought was pretty dope. And then Madrid, I guess, is Dracula.
Nice.
The King Kong one's pretty obvious, but the Thing one is like you see it and you get it, but it's like after you've been told because it's just a bunch of destroyed buildings, kind of like how the Thing.
I
was.
see.
Yeah, because you're not really looking at anything.
But yeah, leading up to that scene, they're playing Truth or Dare and all that. They're having a funny, weird time. And throughout the whole time, Shaggy, or Marty, I forget it, he's been smoking a lot. And, like, he's kind of been noticing some weird shit going on. Like, why are you all acting a little different? He's like, and they're all like, oh, you're just high. And he's just like, but, like, no, Jules is, like, she's not like this.
Yeah, yeah.
She doesn't make out with
Regularly.
wolf heads and, you know.
Chris Hemsworth
Kurt,
is usually
Thor, he's not as burly as he is right now. Normally, he's a sociology major. And he's like starting to realize some weird stuff going on. But like they all just dismiss him because you know he's Marty. So
well. They at that point the cellar door opens.
yep. They're playing Truth or Dare. They're asking Dana because she's the nerdy kid, so she would always do truth or something like she would never do a dare.
Yeah.
And like Jules was like gutting her on, and then they're like, oh, it's time. They press a button, open up a cellar door in the kitchen. It's like I dare you to go down there. And they do.
Yep.
And another designed set, the basement where there's just tons of artifacts and memorabilia. They bring a lantern down there, which makes it lit like a stage all of a sudden, even though it's just a lantern. And
Cool lighting effects, really, when you think about that
yeah.
lighting. That's cool.
yeah. But no, there's a ton of like cool little stuff down there. And I actually really like this scene where they all start to like get in a trance and get like locked onto an object.
Yeah.
Like Chris Hemsworth is looking at this cool little like puzzle ball, and he's just sitting there and he's just kind of like working on the puzzle bar.
Marty has film.
Marty,
Yeah.
Marty was super hesitant watching them all do that, but he like walks down, like fully goes downstairs, and it's just like looks over, and there's just reels of film. So he just like starts looking at the film.
And then
Holden has a ballerina, like a little music box, and it's just spinning, and there's a mirror, and he's just like looking at the ballerina through the mirror.
Jules has a necklace.
Yep, Jules sees a necklace on a little mannequin, starts to grab it, and is like just about to put it around her neck.
And then the one that gets picked.
The one that gets picked is Dana finds this little book.
Well, you didn't mention the conch signal.
Oh, who had the conch signal?
Thor's character, Chris Hemsworth.
Oh, yeah, he grabs it.
He
but
has the
doesn't-
conch and he doesn't
yeah.
blow on it. And then the guy goes, what was it something about
Damn, I wanted the merman.
yeah, he's like, I've never seen
yeah,
a merman. Yeah.
But they've got all this random stuff because they have to. We're learning that like they're setting up basically a perfect, flawless system for these people to go through. They need to be, go there. They need to be warned about it and ignore it. They need to choose something of their own volition. So that's why they're all down there, kind of getting like locked onto stuff, and then they need to die.
Mm-hmm.
And they're all looking at it, and it creates kind of like kind of tension because you're looking at them like, what are they doing? And then finally Dana gets the book, and she's like, "Hey guys!" And everyone snapped out of it. Like, okay, we'll go to her. And she reads the book, and it's about this.
Well, they say don't read it because she's like, it's in Latin. They're like, don't read the
Oh,
Latin.
well, yeah, Marty's like, don't
do?
read Latin. I'm drawing the line in the fucking sand at Latin.
That's just like,
Too good.
why?
But, they start reading it, and it's about this like redneck family that basically like this girl only has one arm, and she's trying to write this diary, and it's like her family just does nothing but cut and murder people.
Yeah, it's pretty brutal. The
Pretty
dad kills
brutal.
The mom and
It
all this.
describes that they have a weird link to the experiment that the guys downstairs are doing, if I remember right, because it makes it like that family is obsessed with almost like a ritualistic pain thing,
Mhm.
like to where they have to inflict like some kind of like violence on each other, and that implies the connection back to
The gods and everything.
yeah.
Well, yeah,
But we find out that these people are named the Buckners.
Buckners. Yeah.
But they have in the workplace area, there's this whole board.
God, the most paused scene in the film because it is.
I have it pulled up.
You have
right
it pulled
here.
up?
I have
Oh
it pulled
yes,
up,
I'm
yeah.
so glad. So they're making bets. All their departments. You've been hearing them talk about it a little bit leading up to this. Like, oh, maintenance has that. They always have that. It's like, oh, and that's why he's like, he wants the merman. One of the two guys we were following.
The zombie redneck torture family.
But I had zombies. No, you had zombies, not zombie redneck torture family. They're two different things. It's like walrus. And no, what was it? God, not walrus. Oh, what was the quote? But it's like elephant, seals.
Yeah,
They're not the same.
But you got some throwbacks too. Like one of them is angry molesting tree.
Oh,
Do you know what that?
Yeah, that's Evil Dead 1.
Then you also have Deadites, Evil Dead as well. You have witches. You have sexy witches. You have alien beasts, mutants, wraiths, reptilius, clowns, demons, hell lord, Kevin.
I know, Kevin. It's just.
Kevin's a reference to Sin City.
Oh, that okay.
But then they have like dragon bat, snowman, scarecorpho, dismemberment goblins, sugar plum fairy.
Sugar plum fairies would be terrifying.
Yeah, that would be pretty scary. Giant, twins. Then it's just starting to go into baseball teams.
right. Where you get the New York Jets clearing their
Right?
What was it called?
Fatbergs.
The Fatbergs. Yeah, New York Jets clearing the
Fatberg should have been one of them.
Dude, the Fatberg,
Murdered by
that'd be
Big
terrifying.
Fatberg.
It just
absorbs
takes
them.
out the cabin, just goes over it. But yeah, no, Shane had a fact pulled up about the old man. He also played Texas Chainsaw Massacre, like the old dude. Like it was in the beginning one. So not the original one, but it was one of the
Oh,
remakes.
the beginning. Okay.
Yeah. Yeah.
that's good. That's
Still a tie.
Yep.
good.
Still a tie to it.
Exactly.
But yeah, so Ron the intern and maintenance win on the Buckners.
Yep. Because we've been following this guy who's like, I'm just an intern.
Ron the intern.
Yep.
But
Pretty funny.
so then the Buckners come out to play once that's been happening, and then this is the point where they've pumped the pheromones into the air enough to where Jules and Kurt need to go out into the forest and fuck. They just need to do it. Like the pheromones have forced.
Well,
them
they go
to,
out there and
basically.
she's like, I'm cold. It's like, we have temperature control.
Yeah, temperature
Yeah.
control.
It's like, they're not doing it yet. Release the
I think we
pheromones.
got it up to like 78, if I remember right. It was like
Yeah.
right at 78.
Reminds me of the Hunger Games. They like control all
Immediately,
this
they
stuff.
just, yeah, it's pretty much Hunger Games. But then they immediately just start going at it.
Yep.
And then
We have boobs.
There is boobs, and then the whole team is very excited about it.
I was like, why are you guys getting all that? Oh, we're not the only ones watching this.
No.
Yeah.
It's just like, oh, okay.
And then slice. Here come
Yep.
the Buckners. They stab her in the hand.
See, there's like 4 or 5 of them. There's like the big dude with the knife.
Yeah.
There's the
little girl with the
little girl
arm.
with the one arm.
There's the mom.
The creepy ass mom, yeah.
Yeah.
And then like another brother or something. There's the guy with the
Yeah, the one that almost kills Marty.
yeah. Yeah, no, they seems
And a shot showing all creatures in their elevator.
I see. I
you
thought
see a
about that
tank,
too. I
witch,
saw the
and
boomer.
hunter. That's sick as fuck. I never knew that. So Left 4 Dead has some. That's cool.
I never
I
noticed
saw
that
the
either.
boomer on this most recent playthrough.
Did you?
Watch through. And Left 4 Dead. I'm wanting to play it now. But no, Shane just distracting us with random facts. We'll get to it when we get to that part. But no, yeah, the Buckners are here and they're ready to start killing. In the middle, they didn't even fully get it on yet. It's weird because you think the demons would want them to fully get them on, but I guess they just like them getting.
They're like, that's good enough. We've seen some titties.
Yep, now they can die. The Buckners stab her in the hand, pull her away. They stab Chris Hemsworth in like the shoulder blade.
Yeah.
It looked like it hurt like hell. He pulls out the knife and then stabs them to get away.
The bear traps.
Oh,
God,
yeah.
the
guy
bear
that throws-
traps.
on the
There's the dude
chains.
with the bear trap on a chain.
throws the bear trap into like your back.
Yeah.
God, that would hurt so badly.
Yeah.
Like they all get up and walk from that. That's something
Right.
they get attacked multiple times by the Buckners throughout the film, and they just like kind of walk it off. I'm like, dude, he got stabbed in the shoulder. He got like grabbed multiple times by that bear trap. You would not be able to walk off most of that.
Hell no.
Well, Marty got like stabbed in the spine.
Something like that. Yeah, he got it thrown at him. He gets it thrown at him.
Yeah. Because then the
God.
Buckners go in and they approach the cabin and throw her head in there. And
Yep, they throw Jules' head. She's the first to die.
Yep.
And then we see our dudes back at the base go and open a cabinet and smash a vial of blood that like drops down into this like super like
It's like a
it
shape.
reminds me of like Hellboy, like the first one when they have like the blood and a big symbol.
Yeah.
Yeah, it's just like some ancient ritual. And it's like not a star sign, but it's basically like a constellation like thing of like a girl.
Yeah, pretty much.
Yep, the whore is what they say later. But yeah. So she's dead. Her head gets thrown in the cabin. Everyone's freaking out. Now it's actually a horror film. Because up to that, it was just kind of tropes in this weird like Office Space show going on at the same time.
Now they're freaking out. Now they need to figure out a plan.
Yeah.
And then
And
the
he's
ghosts-
like, all right, we'll all stay together. We do this. And like, oh, God damn, son of a bitch, no.
Yeah. And they release chemicals and make them say, no,
You know,
let's
No, we need to split up,
let's
actually.
split up. Yeah, that's a good idea. Let's all run to our rooms. And it's like the synchronized, like they all get in and close it.
Yeah.
Like, well, that was kind of weird. And then the door's locked behind them. So they're all stuck in their rooms.
Alone, isolated,
Alone.
easier to pick off. Mm-hmm. Merman.
He's coming.
Maybe someday.
Marty
Yeah.
finds the security though.
Yep. No, in Marty's room, he's freaking out because remember, he's been smoking. And basically, as they found out later, they were trying to lace all of his weed with basically
Something to make
a
you
numbing
like,
agent.
Yeah.
But they're like, oh, they missed his stash that he brought. And so he's like able to kind of see through all this. And he's been hearing voices this whole time trying to tell him what to do. So he's like kind of suspicious of everything, like the puppeteers. That's what he keeps on saying. Like there's people making us do these things. And in his room, as they're all separated, he knocks over a lamp and finds a security camera. And he like starts pulling it from the wall. And he's like, what the hell? Oh my God. And he's sitting there and then just looking at it. And it's like, ugh, I'm on reality TV.
Then
My parents are going to think I'm such a burnout.
who
I love that line.
Judah Bugner.
Then he gets dragged out through the window.
Out through the window by
Judah Bugner.
Judah Buckner.
And then you think that Marty is dead.
Well,
Yep.
no, he is dead.
Well,
He is
yep,
dead.
they see him get dragged
Wink,
off and stabbed. So like, oh, Marty's dead. So they
Yep.
pull the lever on him. Blood vial smashes, and then they have another of the ritualistic blood symbols. The fool, I think is what they call them.
Yeah.
Yeah. The Buckners.
But then they all decide that they need to get the fuck out of Dodge.
As you would.
Yeah.
You just had your friend get dragged off, taken away.
Sorry, there was like a glass noise. I couldn't figure it out. It's something with my keychain, I think.
Oh, that's me.
Oh, it's you?
It's something in here.
Oh.
Oh, we can hear that really well through the.
I'm
bottle
sorry for
opener.
listeners.
Bottle opener.
It's a bottle opener. What you'd expect with the boys.
Yeah, I expect nothing less.
Yeah, it's Saturday.
But yeah, no. So now it's just down to Chris Hemsworth, Dana, and Holden. Yep. So they're like, all right, they finally break out, run away, get to the van, and start driving off. And the guy's like, oh shit, they're getting away. Blow the tunnel. And the tunnel's not being blown. It's still open. Like, what the hell is going on? Why isn't the tunnel blowing? The run jumps down to like maintenance and starts like pulling on wires. They're driving through the tunnel and finally gets in and explodes. So they like do backing up. The CG is pretty good in the film, except for like this scene.
It's a little rough.
Yeah, it has its moments. The monsters are rough, but
Yeah.
I think that was kind of on purpose for some of that. But no, they're backing out and they're stuck. They almost made it. 3 of them almost survived, but they're like, all right, it's like a giant canyon that the tunnel would have taken them through to the other side. But on the back of their van, they had a motorbike. I guess they were planning on going motorbiking or something. Chris Hemsworth was like, I can make the jump. I've done less. So I'm looking at like, where the hell's the ramp?
I know, right?
How's he going to jump off of that? But okay, whatever. He can jump it.
Pure momentum.
He's
Pure
done
momentum. You do the thing where you push against the ground, you fly up.
Yeah.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah, that works,
He's
right?
Thor.
You're about
He
6
is
inches.
Thor. He just needs a hammer. Fly away. But no, this dude's like, all right, I can do this jump. And they're like, all right. He's like, I'll send the police. We'll get the military.
We're gonna bring
take
guns.
him
We're
out."
gonna kill these motherfuckers.
That's right.
Like, okay.
You can do it. You got this.
You're
We
getting all
believe in
pumped
you.
for him and it's going to be great. He's going to make it.
And it's playing this like really epic music.
Really
Just-
like,
Yeah.
epic. And he jumps way higher than he should be off of no ramp. And then,
Yep.
pretty brutal death as
So,
he's tumbling
yeah,
down.
that's
Before
against
we
the
mentioned
wall.
that bird in the beginning that hits that imaginary barrier,
Yes.
that is Chris Hemsworth's body now.
Yes.
Yeah.
Yeah.
He explodes, basically it's like an electrical explosion, like he got shocked and just falls tumbling, hitting the bike,
Forever.
hitting the wall,
Yeah,
just
forever.
going
All the way
down.
down.
It's like, I was expecting like a...
It never happened.
Never happened.
I I didn't hear anything. He just kept on falling.
Yeah.
It's kind of terrifying.
The gods just ate him as a snack.
Basically, yeah. It's like, yeah, but his glass gets pulled. 3 down, only 2 surviving, Holden and Dana. And they're like, all right, we'll get in the car and drive in the other direction.
And then almost immediately, Holden gets stabbed in the fucking face.
Out of nowhere, through the
like-
throat.
yeah, it's like-
It's like through the back of his head, through the throat, and it's just,
Yeah, they weren't talking for long.
No.
One of the Buckners got in the RV when they weren't looking.
yeah. And
And then waited for them because you think he had to been in the RV the whole time.
Yeah.
So they had to get in it, drive all the way there, go through the tunnel, like sit there, or you could have got into it when they did the bike jump. But why would you get into the
How did he get?
van?
Right.
We're just-
Why
yeah.
not just go after them?
He was looking for popcorn to watch the jump.
He was just stuck in the bathroom the whole time. And
Right.
Taking a shit while they're going back
Right.
back
He's like,
through the
how
tunnel.
rude, and that's why he
Guys,
killed him.
stop!
Exactly. He's like Hannibal. He doesn't like.
No, but Holden gets stabbed pretty hardcore. He's dead.
definitely dead,
Definitely dead. You ain't surviving that. Like
No.
you get stabbed in the shoulder, you're stabbed in the back apparently, but stabbed through the throat up there. No, you ain't surviving that.
Nope.
But he kind of does the last like fuck you and takes it off and goes into the water. Mm-hmm. And Dana swims out, pops away, gets away from the zombie who grabs her. Because like it's a long scene, like she's getting out and like she's trying to swim out. Like where the hell's the zombie? She opens up the hatch, it almost gets out, and then the zombie hand grabs her.
Classic.
Then they're
Yep.
having a little fight on the, like the
Pier.
the pier.
And I think that was very much a another classic reference. That was almost a Friday the 13th.
It
with
felt
the
Friday.
lake.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yep.
But she's the last one alive, and you go down to the party, and down to the office, and it's a party now. Everyone's got. It's a really messed up, a really well shot scene. It's basically the whole office that they have. It's kind of like a command center, but there's just giant screens, and they're all up on these computers, and they're all partying, and you have the screens on the background of the Duggar. No, not what is it? The
Duggars.
I don't know his name.
17 cabins and counting.
19 cabins and counting. Yeah. Whatever they are, the Buckner. There
We bought
go.
another cabin.
They're all just destroying her with the freaking not ball and chain, bear
The
trap
bear
on the
trap
chain.
on the chain, yeah.
You see her throwing up just like gallons of blood. I'm like, oh my god.
Yeah.
So, meanwhile, they're all like drinking and partying, and that's just going on in the background. It's messed up.
Well,
Then they get a phone call.
yeah.
From a red phone
Yep.
from upstairs. Like upstairs.
Upstairs. Didn't know there was an upstairs. Well, you're
And he's like,
downstairs,
yeah,
buddy.
okay. All right. No, who's alive? And then you go back to the fight scene. She's about to like grab a piece of wood to hit him, but about to be killed. And then all of a sudden, what hits Buckner?
It's the bong.
It's the thermos.
Oh yeah, the thermos, the bong.
He raises up the chain thing and then he gets it hooked in the bong and then he pulls
Yep.
it and then
Uses the mystical pipe bong to take out. And then she grabs a piece of wood, hits him in there. He's in the water. They run like hell.
Yeah.
He's like, "How did you survive?" He runs out, opens up this like
like a maintenance
hatch,
thing.
maintenance hatch,
Yeah.
and underneath a grave, basically. And it's like, this is where they came from. And then there's just like a pile of goo. And I love that line. It's like, "Oh, what'd you do?" It's like, "Oh, I had to dismember him with a trowel."
Yeah.
And it's just like a zombie hand, like a half of a face.
Yeah.
Gross.
Brutal.
He says it so nonchalantly too. It's like they've obviously been through some shit. And he's like, "Oh, I dismembered him with a trowel." Just like,
Unfazed.
they've been through some shit tonight.
But then
no.
they hop into that elevator and they go, well, where else are we
They're
gonna
super
go?
pissed because now if something that they said is the virgin, which is Dana, has to die last or not, she can live, but everybody else has to be dead. There's basically this protocol that they have to do. They have to do this in the right order. And having him be alive still fucks everything up. So they're all freaking out, trying to figure out like how to kill them, what to do. And they found this big elevator that takes them down. And it seems to be just like a normal elevator until they like start seeing some weird stuff in the distance. Like the elevator stops, like it's where it's like its final position. They're like looking at it, and then all of a sudden, like you see a werewolf come and attack the screen.
Yeah.
And it's like, "Oh God, what the hell?" And then
the other guy too, the real serious looking dude, and it's just like,
oh yeah, the dude.
Hellraiser
What's cool
Yeah.
they start to notice. They basically start moving, and they're seeing other things. They notice like a girl ballerina with like a mouth face, and then like this dude, like this pale dude with like saws on him, holding the puzzle box. And they're like, "Oh my God, we chose what was going to kill us." Because it's like and she realized it was the Buckners that she read about that are killing them.
read the Latin.
She read the Latin. Noticed the girl without an arm trying to kill her, and it's like, shit, we raised these people. And like you see some really cool designed like monsters and zombies. It's pretty cool. But no, they're going through that elevator.
Then they get to the bottom of the elevator. And that's when shit really starts to go off the walls.
Yeah. The first thing that happens is their door opens because a guard is there trying to like, "Hey, get on the fucking ground," basically like trying to arrest them.
Yeah.
And meanwhile, that zombie hand starts to grab onto that guard, and he's like, "What the fuck?" She's like shooting it like 8 times. I'm like, but he should be a trained professional. He should know what he's going on. Like, because we have, what is the character's name? Gosh,
I don't know which one you're talking about.
the soldier,
Oh,
like Thurman or something like that. Because there's
fuck if I know.
he was like a trained professional dude. He was he wasn't really utilized at all.
Oh,
He's a
like the head of
character.
security guy?
Yeah, the head of security guy.
Yeah, I know who you're talking about. Yeah.
But yeah, he was like, he's in the film. He's with our 2 main dudes at the.
He
the
gets his
base.
ass whooped, bro.
Oh yeah.
He gets his ass whooped.
But what causes his ass to get whooped is they come out of the elevator and they hear a voiceover going like, "You shouldn't be here. Get out of here." And then they like a bunch of security guards start like chasing them in. So they jump into an open office, which totally should not have been open, and it had a like emergency release button on it. They're like,
Which
"Fuck
why
you,
would
guys."
you?
I know, right?
Why would you design that?
How would you?
Why?
And they're like, "Fuck all you guys," and they hit the button, and all the cell doors open throughout the entire base.
Everything come out.
Everything come out.
And then they're like in that little hallway with all the elevators, so they're all being delivered to them. So like slowly, everything just
A wave of 10 more monstrosities come into the room.
hear
And
that.
ding. The last
New
like
death.
20 minutes of the film are just like the creative monsters, like the clown things,
Oh, yeah.
the little ballerinas,
The dragon bat.
thing. There's just so much like interesting bits in the last like 20 minutes. Giant kitten.
I remember reading that they made like over 60 unique monsters for it.
Something like that. Yeah.
Kevin's my favorite one. If you guys didn't see that,
Yeah,
Can
Kevin.
you read
from
us the description of Kevin?
So the co-writer Drew Goddard said that Kevin was meant to be a sweet-looking guy who seemed like he might work at Best Buy until he dismembers people.
Yeah, he's based on. Have you ever seen Sin City?
No.
He's based on Kevin from Sin City.
Elijah Wood's character, right?
Yeah, Elijah Wood.
Yep. That would be a great episode.
Yeah, that was Sin City. We're coming for you next.
When shit's hitting the fan and all the monsters are coming out, one of the main guys that's been rooting for the merman the whole time, he's down on the floor, he's hiding. Fucking coming at him, dude. It's the damn merman.
I love the merman
come
design.
on.
He's like,
Come on.
and it is horrifying, dude. It looks nothing like what you would think a merman should look like.
No, but the poetic
Looks
justice
like an
is
old Zora
beautiful.
from like the original Zelda games.
Yeah.
All he wanted to do was see somebody be killed by the merman, and he was the one to be killed by the merman.
He was.
It's almost Shakespearean. The scene
One
of the
take.
merman feeding on a victim and releasing blood through the blowhole was done by hooking the creature up to the largest container of fake blood they could find.
Whoa.
Holy shit.
Shot
Had to be
filmed in
filmed in
one
one
take.
Wow.
Because it ruined the set. Because the whole set was covered in blood afterwards. They had to fucking
wow.
nail it on the first day.
That's
God.
that's a lot of pressure.
Right?
Hey, this is the most amount of blood we can find, and it'll be a 3-hour cleanup after this. So we have one shot. Are all the cameras good?
Right?
God. No pressure, all right?
No.
One light goes out during it. You're like, no.
Someone sneezes right behind the camera or something like
They
that.
leave it in. They have to leave it in now. It was just a sneeze.
Well, after shit starts to go haywire down there, then they make their way through the facility.
Yeah.
Watching all these people die from random shit like unicorns and sugar plum fairies and
The unicorn was brutal.
mermen and all this different shit.
Kevin.
And then they make their way to the director.
Yeah. So when I wrote down on a note here, because I don't remember like all the film as I was rewatching it this last time, and you hear some voiceover. It's more than just like, you guys shouldn't have been here. It's like, this needs to be done. You need to kill. He needs to die. It's a full like voiceover rant, kind of like warning them. And I was like, that's kind of cool. They got Sigourney Weaver to do a VO for this. That's pretty neat. They get down. They're running away. They find this like, how'd they get down there? Was it a hole? No, it was a maintenance hatch that they were doing, because they ended up making it to that main room, Dana and Marty, and they see him get eaten by the mermaid, and they get the door open, they jump down and everything, and they end up, why the hell does she stab him? She rounds the corner and just straight up stabs him, and it looked more like an accident.
Yeah,
Because
She
like
was-
she has
her
no beef
adrenaline was
against
so
him.
high. It was just like the first thing she saw because she just had the knife.
She's
just
used to-
reflex.
Yeah.
Okay. That didn't come across like immediately. I was like, the hell?
Right.
Okay, he's dead now.
But then before he dies, he looks at her and he says, "Kill him."
Kill him.
And you're just like,
And she's just like, oh, okay.
yeah. And you're just watching and you're like, what is that?
Yeah.
No, but they go down that path where he was on, and they get to the room where we've been seeing all the blood drip down to, and it's all the 5 like icons of them, all of them covered in blood because they thought Marty died, except for the Virgin, which is what they've been calling Dana the whole time.
Even though she's not.
Even though she's like, Virgin, it's the closest we can get.
Yeah.
But yeah, no, they meet the director, who is Sigourney Weaver. It's like, oh shit, she's actually in the film.
Yeah.
But no, yeah, she's like,
She tries convincing them basically that they should kill themselves in the god pit, so that the
like
whole
you kill
world can
him,
live.
the whole world can live.
Yeah,
And she is about to do it.
yeah, and then they end up killing the director instead, and then they basically say that if the world, what is it? It's like if the world
needs us to die, then
It's
humanity doesn't or maybe
Yeah.
shouldn't have its chance.
Pretty
Exactly.
Because basically, the people in the office have been saying that like the old gods, all this stuff, the magic, the demons, those are
It's
all from
very
the old times.
Lovecraftian too. I kind of like that. The whole like horror influence of
Yeah,
like
dude, I love
Yeah.
the whole like, oh yeah, we started doing this so we could have our society.
yeah.
It's like their history only has so many years of reference because that's all we've been appeasing the gods for.
right.
It's like,
And
oh,
shitty horror
when was
movies
it?
forever.
It's like, I remember when he would just throw a girl into a volcano. It was that easy. It's like, I'm not that old.
But since they don't do it,
Nope.
Everybody
they kill the
dies.
director.
Yep.
Because what makes it's basically a standoff with the director, Marty, and Dana. And then the werewolf that they see earlier comes down and just wrecks Dana for like the 4th time she's getting her ass kicked this movie. I'm like, this girl.
She dead, but she's
But
not dead.
she's
but
not
she should
dead.
be
She's just full of talk. She's alive for another couple minutes here. But no, they do that. They fucking stab Sigourney Weaver with an axe in the back of the head. That was brutal. I was like, oh, ooh.
And then they just
She dead.
kick
Because
her.
the Buckner guy comes down again.
Yeah.
Girl.
It was the
But
girl.
girl, yes, it was the girl. The
She made her
patience.
whole way through.
Yeah, she made
Patience
her way.
Buckner.
Yep.
She was patient.
She was.
But no, she gets revenge on the director. Totally kills her, and they're just lying there. Dana's all covered in blood. Marty's just like, oh god. Well, fucked us, and then gets out a joint, lights it up, and starts passing it. And she's all like covered in blood, just like. I'm like, that would be so much pain.
Yeah.
Trying to breathe after being mauled by a wolf, everything down there. That bear trap dude.
Got to be the best joint she ever smoked.
Probably.
Tell you what.
Jesus.
But that day you take one rip, you're just, oh, thank God it's over.
But no, they're just sitting there like, well, this is the end.
Yeah, and then they.
It basically, the
And they
whole
blow
world's
up.
rumbling. See a really, like, fake CGI arm come out and just smash down, and that's the end of the film. Just cabin in the woods.
I like how it said body count 69 for probably the amount of bodies you see die on screen. But then it said actual total death count. And it was like the entire Earth's population has 6 billion. You know? Yeah.
Yep. Oh, the film was made in 2009?
Correct.
Oh, okay. It did take them 3 years.
Oh,
Trying to
it's,
find okay, that's cool.
that's
Oh, that's what. Really?
Chronos?
Okay.
That makes sense.
God of time.
so it's the Greek gods that they're trying to appease, essentially, giant Greek gods.
I think it's almost more implied to be vague.
Yeah.
Like, because it's very, like, they're setting up their own mythology almost.
Yeah, like they're stealing little bits from each and different parts.
It's really cool. Because there are like traditional yokai. There's like the unicorn and all that stuff. So there's some like main staples, but then there's, you know, a boomer, a witch,
Kevin.
a Kevin. Yeah. In the scene where it pans out after they realize where they're at, there's a really cool shot of like all the elevator containment holds going
that's
around. And that's a cool fact we saw earlier is there's a big Left 4 Dead reference on that.
Yeah.
And there's just like, I saw the boomer this last playthrough because I looked at it and I was like, is that? Nah, it just must be a cool like visual homage or something.
Well, it's like in Phantom Menace, Star Wars. The scene where they're in the Senate.
Oh, and the Yoda?
ETs?
Well, ET. well, that's
yeah.
E.T.
Yeah.
The Spielberg throwback.
Yep.
Well, real quick,
Yeah.
I want to see which one would you guys put your bet on as
right.
far
Oh,
as
there we go.
the whiteboard, because
All right, as
there's
far as the whiteboard,
a few options there, and I just kind of figure that could be a little fun thing.
Yeah, definitely.
Well, Sitterson, which is the two guys, like there's a taller blonde dude and bald dude and like a shorter guy, and the tall guy, bald guy is for Sitterson. He put in the Hell Lord as his thing, and that was also the Bride. That sounds terrible.
I believe Hell Lord is like the Hellraiser guy with like the
Yeah.
Yep.
saws on the side of his head.
Angry molesting trees is pretty
Yeah.
pretty intense though.
That's, yeah. You know what that's from, right?
Yeah, Evil Dead.
Yeah. That is pretty intense. I just don't think the evil molesting or the angry molesting tree, I don't think that it could get the bag, you know? Like, I just feel like you're in one spot, you're stuck.
No.
You do one thing. You're a one trick pony,
Right.
you know? I
It's
feel
like
like,
the ends.
yeah, pretty much. You're like a giant rapey ant.
All right, then my money's on Kevin.
Your money's on Kevin?
Money's on Kevin.
Ooh, man, there's a lot of good choices.
Dismemberment goblins.
You're going for dismemberment goblins? That's also a good bet. Oh, man.
Second place is the twins.
Has to be sexy witches.
Has to be sexy
That
witches.
was a close one for me, too.
I was
It
thinking
has to be
about
sexy
sexy
witches.
witches. It's so
Yeah.
funny.
But so subjective between like, what if, does that mean the other witch can't be sexy?
Well,
No.
no.
You know, no one bet on it in here, but I'm going with Sasquatch / Wendigo / Yeti.
Wendigos are pretty terrifying.
I'm gonna go with that
Sasquatch,
one.
Wendigo, yeah, that's all one.
Yeah, it's
Yeah,
all
like
like one.
Wendigo?
Like,
I
I
Those
guess,
are 3 different creatures, though.
Yeah.
yeah, but it's like slashes. Like they had it.
It
as one
must
thing.
be like the summoning token.
Wendigos
Like
don't
those.
really look like Sasquatch.
Well, and
could be
Wendigos, aren't they part of cannibalization? Isn't
Yeah,
that how
they're-
those are made?
it's like a brutal murder in the wilderness creates like a nature spirit.
Yeah.
So why are those all in one
Yeah,
category?
exactly. Those
Where
are
the
not
other
the same
ones-
thing.
Yeah.
There must be some type of way to summon them. It's all similar.
But then the reanimated and zombies are in 2 different categories.
Yeah.
Well, zombies, you know,
And the
they hunt for
sexy
brain.
witches are.
There's witches and sexy witches.
I don't understand.
Get it?
I mean, the Wendigo, it kind of looks like it could be like Yeti.
Have you never played Until Dawn?
No, I've
Seen the Wendigo?
played Until Dawn. I'm just saying, it's based. It would probably be based on where they're. I mean, I guess it's for the U.S., but like the Wendigo is more Canadian,
Oh yeah,
and then you have your Yeti and your Sasquatch is more like.
Asia.
I see. It's regional.
Yeah, I would think it's probably a more regional thing.
So do they share the board with the other camps, the other facilities, like Japan and that?
Well, probably not because it's all
No.
the departments of this one.
I see.
Yeah.
It just might the categories might be the same. They all might have the similar. Well, no, because Japan's got all the cool yokai and stuff. So they have
Japan has
different
their own
things.
like set of like.
Yeah,
Yeah.
yeah. Who knows?
Does that say a large? What are you?
Some additional monsters not listed on the whiteboard, but seen in
Yeah.
sales are a giant tarantula, 2 dogs or wolves, a large frog, a giant centipede, an obese man. That's kind of rude. 2 blob-like creatures, a killer robot, and a trio of KKK members. What the fuck? I mean, I get it, but what the fuck?
Why?
Why is that the same thing as an obese man?
The fat guy's like, I don't know what I'm doing here, man.
He's also running
I
through
was
his
just
life.
at the IHOP and now I'm here. I don't-
They feed me.
The elevator opens up from the Waffle House downstairs. You just
Rob the intern, bet on the obese man. God.
I was just trying to take a piss in the woods, bro.
So,
He just comes rolling.
like a large frog.
but what if that's the boomer and then the site just had like that?
Doesn't know
like
it's
that-
just
yeah,
like,
it's
that's
just
an
like
obese man.
That's
Someone's
funny.
just totally unfamiliar with it.
Oh, dude.
it's not really KKK members. It's just ghosts.
Well, they are
They
those
just didn't know what the
wraiths that go
fuck.
around.
They have 2 dogs. It was really werewolves.
Right. Just a dude that has never seen a horror movie. He's like trying to describe it.
But there was a giant centipede and some guys in hoods, and there was a fucking dog.
There was some very disgruntled rural people with their bear traps.
Something I forgot to mention is so there were, we talked about how it was just the U.S. and then Japan that were all that left. Everything else failed, and Japan was having a good time with like this school girl like
Oh, you're
ghost
talking about the thing?
And then
Ringu.
they see pretty much as they realize they're fucking up, they notice Japan fucked up. The girls all went around saying this little prayer and
Killed the ghost.
killed the ghost, basically turned it into a little frog. They're like, yay, now we're good. Her body is at rest. Meanwhile, you get on the other side, just, fuck you.
Zero
fuck you.
fatalities.
He's flipping off, girls.
Zero fatalities.
Zero fatalities.
It's unheard of.
100% success rate, my ass.
Yeah.
How hard is it to kill little girls? Fuck you. That scene is so funny.
Oh man.
Outrageous, some random shit.
Right.
God.
Like, is this something people get upset about?
Could be. Who
In that
knows?
world, yeah. I mean,
Does that about wrap it up, you guys think?
Yeah, I think that's about
I
it.
think
We
like
went
a
through the beginning
tortilla
to the
wrap.
end.
I think that's a
We're
wrap.
about wrapped up.
Yeah. Thank you, everyone, for joining us on our trip to and through the cabin in the woods. Yeah. Cheers, everybody.
Cheers.
Thank you for listening to the Saturday Boys.
To the Buckners.
To the Buckners.